launched maybe 6 months ago?
We opened in February.
Okay.
This past year.
So it's been about almost 2 years since we last worked together.
That is, yeah, that's wild to think about. Oh my God, really? Dang.
Well, Chris, you're one of the co-founders for Tomo. You mind telling people what you do here and what is Tomo?
I do operations and programming. So what that means is I manage the front desk and kind of keep the gym operating throughout the business day. Programs just means all the classes and clinics that we offer people. I teach those, I train other people to teach those. I teach people how to do those. So Tomo is short for Tomodachi, which in Japanese means friend. Tomo really spoke to kind of our community aspect. It's one of our pillars. We want to bring people in. And so just having a gym that means friend or buddy really spoke to us. And then also it kind of speaks to the four owners as well. We were all best friends. We still are best friends. We still are best friends. We are best friends still, and so that speaks to kind of the friendship that we all
Not
share.
many people can say that.
Oh, I know.
We were pretty intentional about the word club. Climbing gyms are gyms, but we wanted it to be more of a place for people to gather who are into bouldering and that lifestyle.
My name is David. I am one of the owners. I'm in charge of the route setting and have sort of taken on the social media and some of the branding, like the merch.
You've done a killer job.
Thanks.
What are some of the values at Tomo and why do they matter to you?
The values are diversity, play, progression, and accessibility. And with those, the hope with the four of those was to essentially get as many people into climbing and feel the fun parts of climbing, being this exploring what your body can do, seeing what it feels like to be up high, and falling and being okay with the quote unquote embarrassment of failing and making it less of an embarrassment and more of part of the process, and everyone's cheering you on. And if you fall with everyone, then everyone's laughing. So the hope was that those four values help guide an experience in here that's oh, I'm here with my friends and I'm not here competing with other random people or my friends at all.
Seeing someone climb a boulder or seeing someone climb teaches you how to climb as well. And so just having a more diverse population inside of the gym just gives people the opportunity to actually kind of visualize themselves on the gym, which is super beneficial. The other thing too is a big fundamental that I think we really try to rely on is just this idea of play, this thought of play, because how we learn how to talk, how we learn how to walk, it takes a lot of experimentation and then also a lot of failure. And so play kind of has those aspects to it, but we try to kind of push the ego out. As adults, we have this ego that we've built up for a long, long time. So once we're able to kind of push that aside and just be okay, what am I trying to learn? What am I trying to experience? And some of those experiences or some of those learnings, you have to act kind of foolish or you have to fall. And so just having that idea of play to push ourselves in different ways, that's, I think, a really important thing to Tomo as a business, as a gym, as a center.
Accessibility is one of them, and another one is diversity. That one is just because we believe that everything is richer with variety. For us, we wanted to see more diversity in the industry, of employees, route setters, for example, people who put the climbs up on the walls. So we would like to influence that as a business.
Right.
And then, climbing's a leisure activity, and so we also would love to try to influence what groups can get in here and give it a go. Another one is play. We talked about that, and I think that's a huge one because, like I said, as grown-ups, we don't get a lot of chances to play anymore. There's a lot of pressures on us, and climbing is one of those activities where you can come in and mess around. Just hop on the wall, fall, try again, and that's pretty core to, I think, what we try to offer here. And then the last one is progress. And that one's important because, climbing's like it's a skill sport. And like you get stronger the more you do it, and you can train to get stronger, but it's a skill, and learning how to do it takes time, like anything else. And so we want to try to give people an opportunity to get better by challenging them on the wall, and progress.
There's something unique and different about the climbing community than it is a gym. Like, you go to a gym, hardly any community. You go work out, you get your workout in, clock in, clock out, you go home.
Yeah.
There seems to be a vastly different experience when you come to a climbing gym. You want to talk a little bit about that?
What helps build the community in a climbing gym is kind of the gravitational center of where everyone comes to. It's the problems on the wall, it's the routes on the boards, whatever. You're working to figure out those problems. And you could be working with several other people who are working the exact same problem.
We wanted it to feel a little more like Cheers, and I feel like that's really happened. Like, we as owners are here working, and like we know the members. Members suggest community events for us to do. They even host community events to do, and I think that's like, it feels like a real community. And then kind of from what we offer, we put a lot of intention into the route setting, and I think it's different. If you come check it out, you'll feel what that difference is, and I think that sets us apart.
What problem were you all trying to solve? Like, what was the problem in front of you that you were like, branding's gonna help us accomplish that?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. What I would say is, like, we just didn't know what the damn thing would look like. We all had like our own ideas. So many just sketchbooks. They're like, Tomo. And I think that, like, going through that process really like fine-tuned what those sketches would look like and how it resonated with all of us.
Yeah, I think one of the things that I always we're working with our clients, we're like, what makes you different? Because what makes you different is what's gonna make you stand out. And I think the tagline that we came up for y'all was wreck your limits. And it's about this idea, we were inspired by the skateboarding culture, which is all about like getting wiped out, laughing about it and trying again. And there is this sense of play and pain, but play mostly.
Yeah.
That you just get used to the falling or failing. It's not failing, it is play. What have been some of the kind of measurable outcomes that you've seen from just going through the process and then launching?
I mean, from an aesthetic perspective, like, people love the look of the brand, and like our merch sells really well. I was looking at August, and I think like 8% of our revenue came from branded stuff. So like, that's really cool. And so I think the process kind of opened it up to like it just feeling cooler, a little more authentic, a little more connected to who we are as people. It doesn't have to be like this one culture.
Yeah. Did it deliver?
For sure, man. Yeah, dude, the brand is so popular. Like, I joke we should have started a t-shirt company because people dig it so much. Like, yeah.
I think one thing that, Odd Notion definitely gave us was just this individual voice that when we were working with you all, I think we were pretty scattered in what we wanted to sound like. We all had like these ideas of directions that we wanted to go in, and I would say like Odd Notion, you all kind of like, brought us back in and really like pinpointed what we sound like and how we can accomplish all these different things with these brand voices. And the assets that you've given us, like all the drawings and stuff, those have just helped like bring out that playfulness within Tomo. And then the language that you've offered us is how can we be like supportive, have this like kind of really directioned, way of speaking to people.
For sure.
Been very, very helpful.
Yeah. You believe that your better self is in the other side of challenge.
Yeah.
Like, you can find the better you if you challenge yourself, if you embrace play. Challenge is play, or can be play, or you make it playful.
Totally.
You want to speak a little bit about that philosophy?
Yeah. So, we're a bouldering gym, and climbers refer to climbs as boulder problems because they're like puzzles you have to solve with your body, And if you've ever done a puzzle that's really easy and it takes 2 seconds, like, the fun's over really fast.
Yes.
And you don't really get better at solving puzzles, right? So that idea is kind of what we put into the climbing. And so, you know, the more challenging it is, the more fun you have because you get to engage with it longer. And then you also progress because you're learning how to be a better climber because you're challenged by individual moves, you know? And so it's a long-term outlook at like what this sport and this lifestyle is. Like you got to be down for the long haul and you got to be down for the journey instead of just getting to the top really easy, like a gimme, you know?
And it's against the culture that maybe some other gyms have built, which is all about like giving that instant gratification of like, oh, you made it to the top, you know?
Yeah.
And you're like,
for sure.
no, like I actually want you to make progress on how you move. So we're gonna put something that's gonna push you.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, like there's a business case to be made for kind of just giving it to the customer, you know, because you're like, oh, I could do this, you know, but you don't become a better climber that way. And, you know, interestingly, like our name is a Japanese word. And this wasn't like the exact intention, but you know, if you go to gyms in Japan, they're much more challenging, and the mindset of the climbing culture there is about long-term progress. And so, you know, people are working on an individual move for a long time, not even getting to the top of the climb, you know, and they embrace that idea of like getting better by getting challenged and like working hard at those individual moves, and you become a better climber.
Thanks for taking the time. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah.